Well, we've had 2 days to digest the results of Tuesday's election, and one thing's becoming abundantly clear. The Latino vote had a lot to do with why Jerry Brown is back in office. Here to discuss that, we're going to crack open another case of the Feldman Files with reporter and blogger Charles Feldman. Charles, how are you?
Hey, Fred.
All right, now, Latino voters went to the polls in record numbers on Tuesday, made up 22% of the vote. Meg Whitman knew she needed the Latino vote to become governor, but they voted 2-1 in favor of Jerry Brown. Now, I think it may be fair to say the illegal immigrant housekeeper situation had something to do with that. And I remember in a previous conversation, you didn't think it would matter much. Upon further review, do you think that's what did her in?
No, I still don't think it mattered much. I think that it is certainly the case that the Latino vote made a big difference, and hats off to the Hispanic media that did an enormous job in getting out that vote. But I think that to those voters, what really mattered were two things. One was the opposition that Meg Whitman had to Jerry Brown's idea of being able to help support students of undocumented workers who might be going through the higher education system. Whitman was against that. And while Whitman was not as fierce as was, for example, Carly Fiorina in her opposition to a road to legalization for those who are in this country illegally, nonetheless, I think that her positions were suspect within the Hispanic community. I think those two issues were far more important to them than the housekeeper issue.
Well, Democrats dominated the Latino vote across the country, but especially here in California. Why do you think Republicans have had such a hard time earning the Latino vote?
I think it's pretty simple. I think that Latinos, by and large, although I caution it's not and shouldn't be viewed as a monolithic group. There are generational differences, there are geographic differences. But I think, by and large, especially here clearly in California, the Republican agenda doesn't resonate with Latinos. They don't think that the Republican agenda is going to provide jobs. They certainly don't think it's going to be good for them in terms of immigration issues. The Democrats come across as being far more sympathetic and empathetic. So I think from a Latino voter's point of view, the Democratic Party is the way to go.
But from the conservative point of view, the Republican side, if in fact they became more sympathetic to the Latino point of view, they would probably lose all of those who are Republicans or conservative in the state.
That may very well be, or certainly at least the Tea Party contingent of the Republican Party. So, this is something that the Republican Party is going to have to really think hard about as it goes toward the 2012 presidential elections. To what degree do they want to embrace what's important to the Hispanic community nationwide, not just here in California, and to what degree do they want to continue to alienate them?
I've got about 45 seconds. Let's just do this. Attorney General Steve Cooley's narrowed the gap. He trails Kamala Harris by 9,000 votes. Hundreds of thousands of provisional and absentee ballots left to count. Big reason behind Cooley, the reason behind Cooley's behind, he got beat by 14 points here in L.A. County. How does that work? He's in L.A. County.
Yeah, I think it's simply that a lot of people went to vote, and since the Democrats did very well in this state, I think it was pretty much a party vote. And I think a lot of people, when they filled out their absentee ballots or they went to the voting booth, they just did Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. And unfortunately for Steve Cooley, he's not a Democrat, but it's not over yet.
No, it's not over yet at all, although if you asked him, it was over election night when he declared victory.
Premature.
Premature celebration. We all hate that, Charles. Okay. Nice job. I'll talk to you again soon.
Take care.